Hey everyone, I'm Lauren Stone with Toy Wizards, that's toy-wizards.com, and today we're going to be talking about Retro Card Baroness, checking out some other Baroness toys that I have, and discussing the notion of the Femme Fatale. There's really no specific reason for that, except for when I saw the new G.I. Joe Snake Eyes movie toys and I saw the reveal of the Baroness figure. I had a couple of thoughts that I want to share and see if anybody is thinking on a similar plane. Before we go further, make sure to give this video a big like and subscribe to Toy Wizards on YouTube so you don't miss a single one of our updates. So again, the G.I. Joe Retro Card Baroness, I have her right here, isn't really a new toy at this point. She came out summer 2020, which simultaneously feels like yesterday and 1,000 years ago. Very difficult toy to get, as is everything with G.I. Joe, especially if they're Walmart or Target exclusives. You can't simply pre-order from your favorite collectibles site, and it's really a hunt. So I think many of us who are after any sort of G.I. Joe toys are really just maybe getting some of these toys for the first time right now. Caveat, because I don't care about cool girl nerd cred, I'm not a G.I. Joe fan. G.I. Joe fan. I liked Baroness upon sight because she is a femme fatale, evil, strong, crazy lady with glasses. And for one reason or another, that archetype resonated with me. Can't figure out why. You know, of course, I hang out with a lot of people in the toy sphere, in the pop culture sphere, in the business partner sphere, who are just G.I. Joe crazy. So by no means is this going to be an all-encompassing video where I, gush and pretend I've been a fan forever. I'm not. I like the Baroness. She's a cool character. And I think what's interesting about her as well is that this is all conjecture. This is my opinion. She's a character in pop culture that I think it's kind of difficult for people to figure out. Nobody is quite sure what to do with her unless you're a diehard G.I. Joe fan. But like for the casual fan passing through who just gets a view of these characters, I don't think they know what to do with her. I've seen people think she's Asian. I've seen people think she's Russian. I've seen people think she's, Austrian, which to my understanding the character is Austrian, but I was one of the people who thought Baroness was Russian. Her name is Anastasia, and she talks with a Soviet accent. I don't, no disrespect to Morgan Lofting's performance, Destro, darling, but I'm like, why is that? How old is this character? And I've met Morgan at shows. She's phenomenal. She's a exuberant, classy woman. Like I'm such a fan. But, again, just talking about the Baroness herself, it's so confusing. And then when you have tons of fan art, you see hypersexualized, not sexualized, really masculine, more so feminine. You see her depicted kind of like young. And so when I see the G.I. Joe cartoon and I see the Baroness, I'm looking at a woman who's like late 30s, dude. Like, she is so unimpressed and doesn't take crap. Whatever, then we get some stats and she's like 22. I don't know, it's a cartoon. All I know is that I like the character. So I'm going to show, we're going to talk about some of the toys, and then we're going to talk about the new Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Baroness toy. And I'll tell you why I'm not impressed by it upon glance. And, again, it's not just cut and dry. She's not sexy anymore. And I think that's where it's coming from with certain people. But again, I have a reason. In my collection, we'll start off with OG O-Ring. I have 2 old Baroness toys. So here's original Baroness. I'm assuming these 2 that I have are from the same run, the same wave. If they're different, just noticing the Cobra symbol on the chest is a little bit different. You have this one that's sort of maroon and this one that's more red. So these might be from different waves for all I know, but I do have them, both given to me by different friends. One was from Yuli and one was from my bud Steve Chu. So thanks to you guys for kicking down a lady who at the time was Baroness free. So these are super cool. But yeah, just here she is. She's got her gun. This is one heck of a gun, dude. This is one monster of a gun that this lady is holding. It goes up to her, like, it goes past her waist. It's cool. She's just rocking it. This toy has hair that's just under her shoulders, which is interesting. We're gonna, look at the 6-inch classified Baroness who has like hair down to here. Again, very femme fatale. Some people don't want their Baroness sexy at all, but I think that when you are a powerful woman next to a intimidating, scary, silver-faced man, there's going to be inadvertent power, and power is sexy. So here is my retro card. I actually have 2 of these, both provided to me by Scott, so thank you, Scotty. I appreciate it. He's like, you need 2. And I was like, I'm not opening the first one. It's too nice. He's like, well, then I'm going to give you a damaged one for you to open and review. So I very much appreciate it. These were originally touted by Hasbro last year as the retro line. A lot of fans thought that they were going to be getting the 3.75 inch. Some people today still think that O-ring is coming back, and I'm like, I don't even think that's safe. It's a rubber band inside of a toy. And I've played with, we're not talking about Mego today, but I've played with Megos that have literally snapped because of those damn rubber bands. There is no reason, in my opinion, for safety standards, why a modern toy needs a rubber band. You can at me all you please, but those are my feelings on modern toys and rubber bands. But that said, for a group of fans who thought they were going to get an authentic product, this one's not even to scale. This is more in line with, I want to say, the early 2000s anniversary 4-inch. That's what these are molds of. But we have the retro card from the original old school run. So there we go. There's my Soviet Austrian babe. I really see people who think she's like an Asian girlfriend too. This character just brings me so much joy. So much joy. And again, I'm not claiming to be the Baroness authority, the Bear authority-ness, but it's just funny. So she has a lot happening in here. Goodness gracious. All right, so we have our Baroness. We have a stand. We have lots and lots and lots of accessories. Lady, leave some of it at home. We have our briefcase. Grappling hook? We're gonna hang her from the ceiling? Dude, you could. She would look really, actually, this toy would look pretty cool hanging from the ceiling, like coming down all like Catwoman burglar. And we have lots of guns. It's 4 guns, ranging from like rifles to little revolvers. Baroness doesn't mess around. But because my old Baronesses, have their little semi-automatic rifle here, this is the one that I will put in the hands of my new Baroness, just for the sake of consistency, so they can all violence together. So this Baroness, this is the new one, retro card. Look at, she's definitely slim and va-va-voom, and look at her butt. She has butt definition. I feel like Tina Belcher. Yeah, she has butt definition. Nice hair. She actually has like layers in her hair, which is super, super cool. I do like the gray, sort of bluish gray paint on her belt and on her gloves. That is a very nice touch. Her face isn't quite as clear as the old school O-ring Baroness, who has her little touch of red lipstick. This one has more of a wine colored lipstick, sort of rhubarb, actually closer to mine. Let's get real narcissistic here. But again, because this one's really slim, she has a streamlined movement in the articulation compared to the old one. And for the size, honestly, she moves really, really nicely. I have like Star Wars figures in this scale that don't move quite as nice. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised by the posability of the retro card Baroness, but she moves in the upper torso. There's like a joint that goes like this, but definitely does not have that full range of motion O-ring chest thing happening. Definitely more limited movement, but I do appreciate the kind of up and down that we're seeing here. It's very specific. Oh God, garbage people on the loose. One thing I will say here, I really dig the boots. I really dig the boots. I think that's, I mean, granted, if we're talking about functionality, It's the same thing as like, why does Wonder Woman wear heels? Why does Sailor Moon wear heels? Like, why would Baroness be like working in the way that she does with this outfit on, this uniform, and then like have boots? Well, she wouldn't, but like it makes her look hot. So she has the same boots here. So here the boots on, you know, they're flat boots on the old school toy. And then on the 6-inch, let's get to this babe, we have also flat boots. I can't believe I got a copy of this. And we have a full video of when Scott was kind enough to hunt her down for me, to give her to me. Like, I had no idea it was coming. My surprise reaction was completely authentic. I was so overwhelmed and I knew I was being watched. So I'll put that video below in the comments and you can see when Scott gave me my own Baroness, which I just didn't think was gonna happen. So that was just amazing. I mean, like best business partner and buddy in the world, dude, I swear. So here we have her sexy, gorgeous hair, again, very long. And we have a full range of motion with these boots, with the colored paint, just little touches. We have her golden revolvers behind her. We have this little Cobra headed dagger, just really cool touches. And we have the variation of the textures on her costume. We have the Cobra symbol on her gloves, and we just have a face that will... Man, this is such a cool toy. She's a cool character, dude. Again, I really enjoy watching the Baroness just exist in the old cartoon. The different iterations are interesting. Again, like in some of the live action G.I. Joe movies, you have like these young girls who are like, I'm the Baroness, and like in the comic book versions and stuff like that. Now, here's my thing. I don't know what the actress playing the Baroness looks like. All I know is they revealed a toy with this like choppy office manager, science teacher haircut, and a very subdued costume, and they're calling her the Baroness, and clearly Hasbro wants to get away from like a hypersexualized, maybe constantly objectified version of Baroness, who is, in my opinion, for what it seems, going to be more integral than just like a hot chick on Destro's side, which in the cartoon, she's more than just a hot chick on Destro's side. You know, if you have Destro, the ideas person, we have Baroness who gets it done, and we have Cobra Commander who's just like, he's like the frontline manager. It's like he's entry-level management. He's loud, he's shrieking, and between the three of them, I just have a pop culture throuple that makes me so happy. But here's the thing. I had a conversation. I was having a conversation with someone because it's very trendy for when, all right, let's say for example, so the toys are revealed and many fans are upset. They're like looking at this character and that character and they're like, it doesn't resonate. I don't like the design. I'm not so sure. I can't connect with this character because it doesn't look like the one that I remember, etc. So you have those people who express themselves. And then you have people who counter back as contrarians, being like, what, bro, does she have to look like XYZ for you to connect to the character? Like, why does she have to blah, 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 blah? Can't you know, why does she have to be hypersexualized? Or like, you know, contrarians. So you have the people who complain, then you have contrarians, and the contrarians are smug sometimes because they're like, well, why can't you handle change? And like, it's awful. It's this awful fandom circle of just, it'll never stop, it'll never end. But here's why I think any complaints about the Baroness are justified. This is my own opinion, and, you know, agree with it or don't. There is such thing as coding in characters. There are certain ways that characters look that subconsciously speak to you and are trying to communicate something to you, whether or not you realize it. Let's go to Raya and the Last Dragon for a second. The character Namari, you know, the Zuko, the redemption arc character, is what is called queer coded. There are subtle signs in her design that are supposed to make you go, is she gay? You know, from the muscles to the stance to the shaved hair, like there's just subtle subconscious symbols that make you read something before you even know about the character, especially with pop culture characters. You know, we as humans were a little more flexible because we are fully rounded, fleshed out people. We are people. But characters, comic books, movies, cartoons need to communicate their intentions physically before they even open their mouth. The thing with Baroness is that she's coded as a femme fatale. She is coded in a way that when you see her, you know certain things about her before she opens her mouth. And so while I think it's commendable that with the Snake Eyes characters, the Snake Eye movie, characters with the Snake Eye movie Baroness, maybe they're trying to kind of pull back a little bit of that overt sexuality, although to me, like, yeah, she's in a cat suit, but is this overt sexuality? I don't know. If let her be everyone's babe, dude. Like, she's not hurting anyone. But what I'm trying to say is that because Baroness is coded as a femme fatale, there's just certain things that when you see her, you associate with the Baroness. And when those things are taken away, you have to kind of go, is this still the same character? I think that they could have completely changed the Baroness's skin color, hair color, everything. And if they still had those subtle signs of this is a badass femme fatale, then we would still subconsciously know it's Baroness. But when you strip those things away and give her a look that reads as something else, again, like I look at those new toys and I just see like science teacher, real estate agent. Do we have the same character just because you said so? I don't need that new Baroness on my shelf. Like, she doesn't do anything for me where I'm just like, that's a character that I find striking. I'm just like, you look like a Star Wars extra. So, I'll be passing on that Baroness. But these babes, I love them, and I am so excited that they're in my collection. I think she's such a cool character. I just think get your gun out of my nose. And again, the glasses. She was the glasses before it was cool. So cheers to you, Baroness. That's what we got here. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm Lauren Stone with Toy Wizards. That's toy-wizards.com. Visit our site daily for all sorts of news, reviews, articles, listicles, snarticles, editorials, opinion pieces, and everything you want from toy news. I'll see you for the next one, guys. Bye.